Let's build news literacy to better live out the gospel. The print magazines and online articles are for them. The discipleship and teaching resources are for you. More at gwnews.com.
The Panama Canal is all the buzz, and U.S. President Donald Trump kickstarted it all with his comment that Panama foolishly gave control to China.
But they violated the agreement, and we're going to take it back, or something very powerful is going to happen.
This led to a visit by Secretary of State Marco Rubio to deliver an ultimatum. Panama must shrink China's influence. Meanwhile, Trump doubled down.
We didn't give that to China, we gave it to Panama.
On Wednesday, the U.S. State Department posted on X, Panama has agreed to no longer charge fees for U.S. government vessels. Panama's president rebuked that as based on falsehoods. Rubio later clarified that the U.S. expects to have free use of the canal because of its military support.
I find it absurd that we would have to pay fees to transit a zone that we are obligated to protect in a time of conflict.
About 60 to 70% of cargo passing through the canal is headed to or from the United States, according to shipping giant Maersk.
The thing that both of them agree on is that transit needs to be fluid because this is such a crucial piece of infrastructure for the world.
The Panama Canal is no stranger to drama. Just look at its history. To travel between the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans, ships used to have to go all the way around South America and the unpredictable Strait of Magellan. But many noticed a narrow strip of land, an isthmus in Central America, only about 50 miles across. A shortcut here could shave 8,000 nautical miles, 21 days off a ship's journey. That's a whole lot of time and money saved, and lives too. At one point, a railroad was suggested, but a canal seemed the best option. France began the project in 1881 under Ferdinand de Lesseps, the guy who built Egypt's Suez Canal. But a shortcut looked a lot easier on a map than in reality.
Panama's mountainous, tropical terrain proved to be a problem, partly due to landslides or accidents from heavy machinery, but the biggest obstacle? Bugs.
Hot, humid weather and heavy rainfall were breeding grounds for mosquitoes, which, unknown at the time, carried yellow fever and malaria. Due to accidents and disease, 20,000 workers died before the French project went bankrupt and was abandoned in 1888. The United States, though, had a big interest in the canal and began negotiations with Colombia to take over the project. When things fell apart, the U.S. decided to throw its military might behind Panama's bid for independence, achieved in 1903. The U.S. and the new Republic of Panama then agreed to an exclusive deal for the canal zone, and by May of 1904, the U.S. began work. America faced a lot of the same challenges as France, till two guys stepped up in 1905. John Stevens, new chief engineer, saw the risks posed by landslides and determined a canal with locks would be best for the terrain. More on locks in a bit. And Dr. William Gorgas figured out how to control mosquitoes, by that time shown to transmit deadly diseases. Still, the U.S. recorded that more than 5,000 canal workers died during the project. The most dangerous zone was the 8-mile Culebra Cut. One laborer said it was like going to a battlefield. Atlantic and Pacific waters finally met in 1913, and in the next year, the SS Ancon made the first passage. The Panama Canal was officially open. Every vessel pays a toll based on size and cargo volume. A passage takes 8 to 10 hours, where ships have to pass through a series of locks, like water elevators, that use valves and gravity to raise and lower boats the 85-foot difference in ocean levels. In 1999, the U.S. transferred full control of the canal to Panama. Then in 2007, the passage was expanded, adding new, larger locks and widening and deepening navigation channels. What's next for the Panama Canal? 12 to 15,000 ships use it every year, and lots of countries have a vested interest, the U.S. and China being the top two customers.
If you like that story, do me a favor, tap the like and subscribe button below. And if you really liked it, check out the full show free for a week. Just head over to worldwatch.news/free video.